What we're going to be comparing today, a bunch of manufactured 2-in-1 systems.
It's f***ing hot as shit in here.
Whoa! Throwing water around.
It's getting crazy in here. So we're going through some hell, literal hell.
It can look like it can go and then look great. Time to around and find out. Good morning, Block fam. Probably evening where you are watching this video right now, but if it's morning, hey, good morning to you.
Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, you!
Today we're gonna do something a little different. I don't usually start these, open these by myself. I usually have Blockhead or Justin. No one's here, literally. All right, so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna do an exhaust comparison. We're gonna set this up using a 2019 Street Bob. This is a 107. It has been previously dyno tuned. As a matter of fact, it's been dyno tuned for this setup right here. This is the Arlennes. You know, honestly, I don't know what they call that, but we're gonna call it the elbow cone, as well as this S&S competition series. No, this is not the Catalyst. These are two separate individual mufflers. What we're going to be comparing today, a bunch of manufactured 2-in-1 systems. This is the TBR off of Goldzilla. I have an SPC system, 2-in-1 in that box, and I also have a Stealth system in the box. Obviously, as you can tell, I've got exhaust systems everywhere, so it's much easier to leave them boxed for this moment in time. One of the systems I am including in this is the D&D, and I want to say that this is the low cat. So we're going to include D&D, HPI, Thrashing, TBR, SPC, Stealth, Sawicki, and S&S. Oh, and by the way, one of the last systems we will compare after all of these is our own. I don't actually have it in front of me to show you at this moment, but trust me, it will get featured and it will be probably the last pipe that we do on this. So here it is. SP Concepts short 2-in-1. That'll be first up in this comparison video. Let's get into that, come back with the numbers.
Hey guys, real quick, editing block here. Just wanted to let you guys know, in the footage that we show you guys of these pulls that we got the numbers from, all of the pulls are done in the same gear, with the same tire temperature, with the same oil temp. So we get the baseline and we put all of that together at the end for you guys. In addition, we also add a 1 through 6 gear pull in some of them to give you an idea of how the exhaust sounds. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up. I know there's a lot of keyboard mechanics out there that we've gotten comments from, so I just wanted to clear that up before you guys get to typing. So thanks for watching, guys. We really appreciate it. If you guys are enjoying the video and you're not subscribed, it's free, so be sure to hit subscribe. All right, back to the video.
So here are the numbers of the SPC versus the S&S. Pretty interesting things to look at. The S&S, we achieved 108.65. We can round up to say 109 if you want. We achieved 85 horsepower. On the SPC, we achieved 86 horsepower and we achieved 104.4, so round down to 104. So these are give or take, so 4 foot-pounds of torque and 1 horsepower. But what I find interesting is the loss of torque is right here. You don't start as strong with the SP, but it runs linear. It just travels a straight line all the way across. And if we look right here, right about 4,500, they cross. The S&S, it starts to fade off, probably due to the amount of back pressure, and the SPC carries that out further. Though the horsepower is only one difference, it carries it out much further, and there's a much larger gap of horsepower here at say 5250 than there is with the S&S. They're pretty much linear, both. So the big difference is right here on the S&S pipe. So if you ride all the way through your riding zone, you may want the SPC. If you like to ride more down here, you can honestly go with either, but if you want to get more torque, then obviously you're going to go with the S&S. So that's it on that one. Let's move on to the Stealth. All right, guys. Now we are moving on to the Stealth. Oh, they did something interesting for us. I don't know if you can see that, but laser etched Blockhead Moto in there. Looks pretty cool. Thank you guys. Big shout out. Stealth. Let's get these mounted up, get back in there and find out what this puts out. Let's get a little sound test. Guys, there it is. In case you didn't notice, we did change this out to the shorty muffler. Stealth 2-in-1 long is 105.89 or 106. Stealth 2-in-1 short is also 106. It's 106.1. On the horsepower side, we're just going down, same row. 8482, 8596, 8533, and 8435. So far, looking at our different spaghetti graphs, it's pretty safe to say that they all perform very similar. So far, the only big difference is the SNS, both in the beginning and at the end. Everything else so far is the same. We're not too much worried about the AFR right now. We're not going to analyze any of that data. What we're after is the total overall output. We are not done. We have many more to go. I believe next up will be the TBR, and then that will be the last of our quote-unquote short exhausts. So far, even the short exhaust is performing pretty well. But let's see what happens when we move to the mid-length class. I think we're gonna go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by his toe, if it hollers, let him go. I don't know how to play this game, I'm gonna go with that one. Let's do the Thrashing, 2-in-1. This has the AR chambers. Let's get it mounted, let's get it on, let's get it in the dyno and find out what it's putting out. Let's hear it. Awesome. Look at those lines and those curves, and they do stuff. We got 106.85, so we'll call it 107. 85.21, so 85. There you go, 107 and 85. All right, good job thrashing. We did the whole eeny, meeny, miny, mo last time. I think I'm just gonna pick that one this time. So we're gonna go with the HPI. Let's jump right into it. done pulling this HPI 2-in-1. So far, it is the leader in the torque bracket. So far, we've got a total of 108.86, so let's just round it up to 109, and 84.13 or 84 horsepower. Not bad, looks good, doesn't have much of a torque dip, if you will. I am starting this pull at 2000 as I do with all of them. I maybe should have started them a little bit earlier, I wish I did, but I can't go back in time, so everything starts at 2000. Not a bad looking exhaust system. It's the end of that. Go to the TBR. All right, gonna mount the TBR. Take off this HPI. All right, guys, there we go. Onto the TBR. Time to f around and find out. Here we are again. What's up?
TBR exhaust.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Throwing water
It's
around.
getting crazy in here.
So it looks like HPI we got 108.86. TBR we got 108.79. HPI's horsepower 84.13. TBR's is 84.06. For all intents and purposes, that's exactly the same. I know there's a lot of talk in the industry about what's more better than the rest and who's got the most badass and so on and so forth. You know all about that, don't you?
Yeah, dog.
And you know what I say to it? F it, ride what you got. I think with the stage 1, for the most part, are producing pretty much the same, at least on this engine. Now this engine again is being tested. This is just a 107. Obviously it's not a major producing stock engine either. I hate to say it, but it's only producing 108, 109 foot-pounds out of a 107, but it is what it is.
Depending on where we are in the video, I don't know if I'll be here, so I'm gonna just say, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel because one, Chris is busting his ass off, switching these exhausts, running them on the dyno tune, and then we gotta put the stage 2 in, do it all again with all the exhausts. We're using my bike, so this is all content we're creating for you guys, so you guys can kind of see, like Chris said, the science behind it. So please do us a favor, smash the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel, buy a t-shirt, or if you guys want your bike service, hit us up at blockheadgarage.com, man. But yeah.
Hopefully we'll really start to see a clear winner start to show once we put the S&S 475 cam in here. We'll have a baseline of everything, and then we'll have a stage 2 of everything. There's no trickery, no smoke, no mirrors, no frivolous. This is literally just put it on, let's pull it. And then again, we're gonna do basically repeat of that with the cam. There it is, guys. All right, we're gonna go with the D&D low cat this time. I'm gonna go ahead and fire this up for you guys. Just let's do the sound clip now. As always, I'm gonna take it to the dyno. We're gonna dyno it. I'll just give you the results. And hopefully you'll get to see me pull it, listen to it, see if you like it. My personal favorites on the market. I have been a big fan of D&D for a very long time. The D&D, we got first pull 108.05 and 81.5, and the second pull we got 107.89 and 82.5. Let's say, for sake of argument, 108 and 82. I think I said this before, they're all kind of similar power range, similar runnings. Part of that is, again, the cam, the entire configuration, completely stock engine. So some have a couple more on the horsepower side, maybe a little bit more on the torque. So here's the Sawicki exhaust, the catted exhaust. This is the exhaust that was on Goldzilla. So now it's on Justin's. We're gonna put this back to the test and find out what the catted Sawicki makes on a stage 1. Once we're done with that, we're going to take this end off because this has the cat in it. No big deal. And then we're going to slide that end on. Looks like we got 108.4 at 86 is our best, and the other was 108.1 at 85.22. So they're pretty close to the same. I would like to say thank you to all the different exhaust manufacturers that we have in this shootout of ours. I'd like to thank S&S, TBR, Stealth, SPC, HPI, D&D, Sawicki, Thrashing. Thank you guys. What's up, guys? So hey, as I usually do, I kind of f***ed something up. I didn't do an intro for the Blockhead exhaust. It is currently on Goldzilla. I took it off of Justin's. If you notice, Justin's motorcycle is over here with no exhaust, because as we do, we run multiple things at multiple times around here, and I needed to get that exhaust onto this one to finish up the project on Goldzilla. Without further ado, let's get in the dyno. Let's see what happens.
Hey guys, Editing Block back here again. So real quick disclaimer on the Blockhead exhaust. If you guys haven't been keeping up with the videos, we released this one and we also released this one. So we announced the exhaust, that it was available for pre-order, but then we got a ton of feedback from the community and we decided to unrelease it so that we can basically take y'all's feedback and implement a lot of it. So if you guys haven't seen that video, be sure to go check them out. We'll be sure to keep you guys updated on whenever we re-release the exhaust, but this is pretty much the prototype and these are the results. I get a phone call, super excited from Chris, and he's like, "Where are you?" And he's like, "Are you gonna be back in the shop soon?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why? Like, what the hell's going on?" Well, what the hell's going on, bro? Why did you need me here so badly?
You know. So that is our exhaust system right here. Believe it or not, and you will see, if you haven't already seen, the full pull. Unedited, not cut, that way nobody can say, you know, you're doing whatever. Out of all these exhaust systems, I thanked everybody before, and we kind of named them once already, but we have 9 different exhaust systems. I will say this, there's really no winners or losers in this. I pulled every one of these with the same fuel from the same fuel station, whatever is right up the road at our local Circle K.
Ours was pulled at 102.32 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yes.
That is toasty.
Toasty! But yeah. And our humidity is 37. So everybody's kind of competing in the same air, so to speak. A lot of these are pulled on similar days because
it's Florida, man. It's hot here.
But if we go down the line, if we look at this graph, we look at a horsepower side, our biggest is 87 and our lowest is 82.42. So that's a 5 horsepower swing. Now, that's not bad. What is that? That's D&D, and you know what? Those are my favorite.
Damn.
I know, those are my favorite. I'm not even gonna bullshit at all. Even ours, it's still my favorite.
What's the torque on it though? 107. So
torque 107, HPI 84 and 108. Sawicki catted 83.5 and 108. SPC and the Stealth 2-in-1 full size, they're just the biggest swing. SPC has good horsepower number, 86. So on the horsepower side, they're pretty good. But on the torque side though, 104, not so great. The SPC system is a much shorter system with a short muffler.
Right.
So it's not necessarily gonna produce a ton of torque. The Stealth 2-in-1, similar. It's 106, but it's on the lower end. So is the Stealth short 2-in-1 is 106. So you come in at very similar numbers. All of these guys are similar. All of these guys are similar. All of these were pulled with the engine hot. The engine's at 210 degrees. I let it cool to 165. I restart it, and then I pull it. Everyone is done the same way.
Yeah.
So that there is no swing or big, large variance or any way to quote unquote manipulate numbers.
Right. It's all part of the control that we do in horsepower science. So basically we wanted to start with stage 1.
A hot tire, hot engine. Oil temps up, tires warm. Engine can get as hot as it wants, it doesn't matter. But I start the pull at 165 degrees with a hot tire. Hot tire meaning 120 degrees and up. TBR, I apologize TBR, I didn't name you guys, I feel like I'm leaving you out.
So TBR, we're looking at 84.06 and 108.79. So TBR, out of all of them, and I mean, we've obviously have a lot of pipes. I've had a couple of them on my bike personally, some Goldzilla, my 2020 Softail. We had HPI and Thrashing one on there. And out of all of them, personally, I preferred just the look and the sound of the TBR. Chris's favorite was the D&D. Now, obviously, we have our own pipe now. So now my new favorite is ours. I didn't expect that. Chris didn't expect that, so for him to call and be all super excited, yeah, that's awesome.
What I can say is, I was pretty happy looking at this side more than the torque side. I was always looking here to see where we're getting and see who's pushing the most. 86 SPC, 86 Sawicki. You know, this is the tail end that would make the difference. Down here is where you ride, so obviously that's what we're gonna feel. But I'm looking at 2 particular categories in 2 particular zones.
Yeah.
Because the pipe and the cam itself are gonna make everything else be very much the same. Some may ask, why did we start to pull at 2000? And I will answer that question because, it myself included, why did I start it at 2000? The reason I did is we're gonna put a stage 2 cam in this, and I wanted to start every pull at about the same.
Right.
And when using a 475 cam, if you start your pull at 2000, I'll be blunt with you people at home, it can look like it can go and then look great, but this isn't exactly where the cam starts anyways.
Right.
Cam starts over here. I just kind of picked a spot in the middle. So we went with 2000. I'm hoping that as we do the stage 2, everything can start at 2000. That's my goal. Had we started to pull a little earlier, we may see a little bit different number right there, but we're gonna disregard because
No, it's all the same.
this
all
is the
baseline.
data.
Yeah.
This is the data point we started at, and so everything going forward is the same. This is a stage 1 stock cam, stock engine. You're only gonna get so much out of it.
Yeah.
Period. As you can tell, the max is average anyways is about 108. That's averaging. When you take our high one and that low one and you look at everything else, about 108.
Yeah, I mean, those lines are so similar.
Yeah.
You're
it's
really
so
not gonna,
damn
you're not
consistent.
going to feel like a huge difference on just the stage 1. Now, Chris was saying that, you know, we've basically started all this at 2000 because we're trying to keep that baseline, the control in the horsepower science.
For our tests, we're comparing all the exhausts against a stock setup and then next against a 475 because that was the cam we had. That is the most user-friendly cam. That's the cam we most often sell. It produces both torque and horsepower side. So that was really the easiest way to make this comparison of as far as what exhaust is really going to give you is once you start changing cams, because stage 1, as you can tell, it doesn't matter what you like, pick it. It's all going to run great, and it's just basically sound and look.
Yeah.
Once we do the cam, it should then become a little bit more performance oriented, and then each step up of building an engine obviously becomes more important as far as length of exhaust, back pressure type, length of primary, so on and so forth.
This has taken a long time to film, days and days and days. So if you guys could do us a favor, we're bringing this content to you for free. We're putting Justin's bike through absolute torture here. Dyno miles are not friendly miles, so we really appreciate him volunteering his bike. So you guys do us a favor, be sure to hit the like button, share it. That does like a huge amount for us. If you guys can share it with the community, share it with your friends, share it on
Share it
forums.
at the dinner table.
Maybe not there. I mean, pay attention, talk with your family, whatever.
Text it around, man. Put it in a group text.
Put your phone down at the dinner table. Be present afterwards for your nightcap. We'll be your nightcap. Do us a huge favor also. Be sure to go give Justin a follow at Iron J Moto and tell him thank you for letting us use his bike. Be sure to give this guy a follow as well at Sick Wide Glide and tell him how cool he is and how grateful, thank him for going through and, working hard in this room. I'm sweating already. It's hot in here. So yeah, this takes some work. You're looking at temps on there like 103.
Currently, we're standing at 101 degree temperature, talking to you, And it might look fun to you, but I don't know if you can tell. It's fucking hot as shit in here.
It's a high of
96 outside.
96 with a heat index of like what'd they say? 107 or 108 today?
112 today.
Yeah, so it's hot.
112.
So we're going through some hell, literal hell. So do us a favor, hit the like, leave a comment, free entertainment for us when you guys leave comments. Chris loves them.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate you guys watching and all that stuff. If you want to order any of these, let us know. We can get them for you here at Blockhead Garage. And if you guys want to order the R-Pipe after manufacturing, it'll be available, you know, to order off the shelf. Those are the numbers, guys. Before we get too long-winded, check out the link down in the description below if you guys want any of the rest of them. You can always come to our shop. We'll order any of them that you want. We'll install it for you. We'll tune it for you. All that good stuff.
They all work great.
Stay tuned for the next comparison video. I don't know when it's going to be dropping, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, do us a big favor, hit the like button. If you guys aren't subscribed, you want to continue to see motorcycle content like this, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon also so it sends you notifications of future uploads and activity. Until next time, ride safe, stay vigilant. We'll catch you guys in the next one.
Deuces.